Hello, we're going to go over Unit 6, and this is actually the real Engage one. And for this assignment, I think that you really need to start working on it as soon as possible, because if you try to do it all in one sitting, you will get discouraged because this one has a lot of work to it. So, now that you've finished the lesson plan map and we are starting to look at all of the 5 E's, but we are going to break them down. So every unit you're going to have an E that you're going to work with. So this one is the first E, engage. So for lesson Unit 5, you had to pick a lesson and break it all down and do everything. This time you're going to pick another lesson that is different from the one that you just did, okay? And make sure that you pick a lesson that you really like, because you're going to be using that lesson for the next 5 weeks. Okay, so for the web quest, for the Engage, you're going to be creating a web quest, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. So the focus of this unit is to go over the Engage section. It's really important that you read this, that you read the objectives and look at the links. Now you are going to be learning about what is a web quest, what does it do, what is its function. Then you're going to be creating your own web quest. This takes some time. You need to make sure that you know how to do that, okay? So, before I go over the instructions, I just want to say that you do need to download this template. This is a document, and it's a Word document, and I'll go over that with you real fast. After you create your web quest, which we're going to go over that in just a second, you are going to grade your web quest. You are going to give yourself a grade on it. Now, when you're making your web quest, you might want to use this rubric as a guide for, you want to score high, you want to score 50 points, okay? So, but it's just a good way to evaluate. Okay, so on this template, you are going to be turning this in, okay? You have to fill it all out and grade your web quest, okay? Also, you will be putting in your lesson plan map here, okay? So, I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to go back to the lesson. And one thing I want to go ahead and show you web quests really fast. There is information here about the web quest, okay? You need to read all of this very, very carefully. Every web quest has a welcome page, an introduction, a task, process, evaluation, conclusion, and a teacher page. It's really important that you can go to Zoonowl.com and you can look at different web quests and see all the different databases. Also here, use this link right here to look and find different web quests. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take you over here to this Zoonowl page. I started to make a web quest so you could see what it will look like, but first I want to take you over here to the browse. And the nice thing about this is that you can find web quests that are already made. And these are made by other teachers. So I'm going to click on this one here, and you'll notice that when you make your web quest, you'll use this Zoonowl. You'll log in and create your own account. And once you're logged in, see, there's my name right there. And I can look at this web quest, and I can see what the teacher did on every one of these pages. And basically what a web quest is it is an assignment for students. And it's almost like the teacher is the facilitator, and all the information they need to learn about the unit is within the web quest. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my home here, and it says it's the easiest way to create a web quest with a lot of users, and you don't need to know any HTML code. There's a step-by-step instructions, and I'm just going to go ahead and go right into it for you. And I'm going to go back over here to my dashboard because I already started to create one. And when you go to your dashboard, you'll see your profile, create a web quest, and you can see the ones that you've already made. If you go to create a web quest, it'll take you through all the steps. Create one from it says you have already one web quest created in this account. You have reached your web quest limit. So let me go back to my dashboard because I need to go back and edit my web quest. Okay, and I have it titled example. Here is my URL. This is my address that you are going to be putting into your paper so I can look at it. And I can go to view and update this web quest. Okay, and okay, so I think I'm in the preview mode right now, and I want to change it and be in the admin mode because I need to edit it. Okay, there we go. See, there's this preview mode right here. The preview mode is what it's going to look like on the web. So I needed to switch over to preview mode so I could edit my web quest. So here is my welcome page. And you could see here I could put an image here if I wanted to. I could add resources. I can put in some text. I can put in some websites. I can upload a document like a PowerPoint. I can add a picture. I don't know what that one is. I can add a YouTube video. I can add a file. I can add a Voki or a Glogster, or it looks like that's a photo gallery. So if I go to update web quest information, now see I typed in the title, which is example. I can pick this different information and then I would save it. Okay. Now I want to go back to edit more. So I'm going to go back to my web quests, view and update this web quest. Okay, so now I want to go to the next page, which is the introduction page. So I'm going to click over here, and it's thinking. There it goes. And I can, if I put this here, this is where I type the introduction. So I can update an image. I can add some resources if I wanted to. I could update my content, and then it's going to give me my toolbar where I can type all the information that I need here. Save now. And then I can go to each one of these pages and type everything in that I need here. Now it is very important that you look up web quests that are already made so you know exactly what you have to put in the web quest. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about this. Let's go back to the lesson plan. And now you're like, well, what does my web quest have to be about? Well, what we're going to do is once you pick your lesson from that Project Wild book, you will start filling out the template. And I don't see it here. Okay. download the WebQuest evaluation template. This is going to be the technology artifact, which is this here. And notice that you will have your WebQuest name here and the URL of your WebQuest, okay? So make sure you put that there and you upload. This is the form that you upload to the assignment tool. Now you do have to do the inspiration document, and I do not see it. And I bet you it is in Unit 5. So what I'm going to do, the mapping portion, pick out a new one that you haven't used before, Project Wild or Project Tree, Learning Tree lesson from your required textbooks. Pick an activity that interests you. You will use this activity as the base of your lesson for this unit as well as the following 4 units. Using the inspiration template, fill out the left section for objective, method, and materials. Okay, I just want to, in case you need another copy of that template, it is in Unit 5. So if I go to Unit 5, and I get the template, which is this template right here. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to open in a new window. Okay, here is your template. For Unit 6, all you're going to do is fill out the name of your lesson. You are going to fill out this area here. You're going to look at your lesson and you're only going to fill out this engage part here, okay? Only this part here, okay? Now, one thing that you are going to be talking about is your WebQuest, because that is your technology that you are adding to this lesson is the WebQuest. So whatever your lesson is up here, that is going to be the topic of your WebQuest, and you're only going to fill out the engage part. For Unit 7, you're going to take this template and you're going to take that same lesson and you're going to fill out the explore part, and so on for every lesson. For every unit, you will add the technology component to your lesson, because in your Project Wild book it may not have a technology component, and for Unit 6 Engage, the technology component is the WebQuest. I hope I'm clear on that. Okay, so don't forget about your quiz. Okay, this is Unit 5. I need to go back to Unit 6. Okay, so remember, you're only filling out this document here, which is this Word document. You are creating the WebQuest on Zoonal. Okay, make sure you navigate that. Give yourself lots of time, because you're not going to be able to do it in an hour. You are doing your inspiration part, which is the lesson mapping part, the inspiration map part. Okay, you are filling out the template with the evaluation, and you are loading everything to the Engage part of your Google website. Okay, make sure that you insert the URL onto your website. Okay, remember last time I said I made that mistake? Well, you are going to actually be putting all the Engage things in here. I guess I need to go ahead and take this out. And make sure you read your instructions here. Using the attachment, you put your original inspiration file in, and then in here you put in an image of your lesson plan map, and remember only that E on the left hand side is filled out. And then you also put in a description there. Okay, let me go back and make sure I didn't miss anything. Make sure you put the URL to your web quest on your portfolio page too. Notice that this assignment is worth 200 points. Your weekly blogs must be done every week. And if you need help, make sure you use the tutorial webpage. Okay. And the other thing that I would like to point out again to you is under the discussions that you can use the student helping students, which look, it looks like you guys have been using that. Please use that. And if you answer questions and you need extra points at the end of the semester, you will receive extra credit. Okay, I think I've taken up enough of your time. Let me know if you have any questions, and as always, good luck.